One afternoon, Jasper, a package courier, moved swiftly from one doorstep to the next, pushing through another demanding shift. The job was routine. Delays and setbacks came with it, but Jasper stayed focused, unshaken. What most didn't know was that this quiet delivery man once served in the U.S. Army. He'd fought through harsh war zones, endured capture, and escaped against the odds. But after a tragic accident took both his parents, he walked away from the battlefield. He gave up the life of a soldier to stay close to the only family he had left, his grandmother, Emma. That same day, after finishing his route, Jasper swung by a friend's place. Trent was sleeping. Jasper woke him, invited him to eat. Over dinner, Jasper shared the reason for cutting their evening short. Emma had called. She needed him home. Still, he told Trent to stop by later, around 9. It might be a better night than usual. After the meal, Jasper got in his car and drove. The road stretched long and quiet. At one moment, he turned up his favorite songs, the music filling the silence as he headed back to the one place that still felt like home. But peace is a fragile thing, especially when darkness knocking your doorstep. And tonight, someone's about to learn the hard way, because you don't mess with grandma. Not long after, Jasper finally reached home, a secluded house far from any neighbors. Inside, his grandmother Emma greeted him. Since his parents died, the two had lived alone together, sharing the quiet space with Monroe, a guard dog that answered only to them. Soon after Jasper arrived, Emma asked for help. The kitchen sink was clogged again. Jasper got to work beneath the counter wire. That's when 3 masked intruders crept in through a window, wearing pig masks and moving with bold confidence. They thought the house was an easy target. One moved toward Emma with a knife, ready to strike. But Jasper struck first. He came out swinging, fast and hard. The first attacker hit the ground before the others could react. Jasper kept going, hammering into the second and third until all 3 were thrown out the door. The fight was over in seconds.
What is happening?
What was that?
Emma, unaware of the danger, asked what the noise had been. Jasper didn't flinch. He told her it was Monroe chasing a rat.
Hey, asshole, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
Her failing eyes and ears didn't catch the truth, and Jasper kept it that way. No reason to scare her. Outside, the burglars regrouped. One of them, Kim, still wanted to go back in. The house was too good to pass up, isolated, quiet, and home to just an old woman and one man. Charlie hesitated, worried Jasper might alert the police. But Kim shut that down. She had already cut the landline. Jasper was completely cut off. With confidence in her plan, Kim made the call. Charlie and Ted, still shaken, agreed to return but not without backup. Kim contacted their leader, Stan, and summoned 3 more allies. Their goal was clear: overwhelm Jasper with numbers. Inside the house, Jasper wasn't wasting time. He went straight upstairs and unlocked a case from his past, his old military weapon. He knew they weren't done. He expected more trouble and chose to face it head-on. But when he opened the door, the situation had escalated. More intruders were waiting. Jasper didn't hesitate. He moved fast, dodging into the side yard. Several enemies chased him, but it didn't matter. Jasper took them down with clean, calculated force. Then, just as quickly, he returned indoors. He walked into the kitchen right as Emma called him for dinner, still unaware that her home had just become a battlefield. Jasper said nothing. He didn't want her to worry. As they ate, he asked if she had thought about moving somewhere safer. She said no. She loved the quiet. This house was filled with memories. Her husband, their family. To her, it wasn't just a place to live. It was home. She would never leave it. After dinner, Jasper armed himself and stepped outside. In the yard, he came face to face with Ted and didn't hesitate. He raised his weapon. Ted claimed they weren't there to steal or harm anyone. He said they were chasing a hidden treasure, something buried beneath the house, guided by an old map. Then chaos hit. An arrow tore through the air, narrowly missing Jasper. Another attacker lunged at him from behind, but Monroe, ever alert, struck first. The dog's attack gave Jasper the opening he needed to escape and rush back inside to protect Emma. 5 minutes passed. Jasper watched from the window. The intruders were still there, angry and determined. One of them, Mike, suggested climbing in through the roof. With Pam's help, he began his quiet approach, but Jasper was already upstairs, Monroe by his side. When the dog heard something in the bathroom, he followed his instinct. Jasper arrived seconds later, too late to stop the violence. Monroe had already killed Mike. The scene was brutal, the walls stained with blood. Jasper moved fast. He cleaned the room, dragged the body to the window, and threw it outside. Seconds later, Emma appeared. She saw nothing. The bathroom was spotless. Jasper had erased the truth again. As soon as Emma headed downstairs, Jasper turned and came face to face with Pam. She was fast, skilled, and ready to fight.
What was that?
A brutal struggle broke out, both of them crashing through the stairwell and slamming down to the first floor. They survived the fall, barely. Jasper quickly realized Pam wasn't just any intruder. She moved like someone trained. He asked if she was military. She was. A former Marine recently back from tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. Jasper revealed his own past as a soldier. With that shared history, he proposed a truce. But before anything could be settled, Jasper was surrounded. Kim, Charlie, and Ted appeared.
Drop him. Just let him go so we can run off into the woods.
What? No, it's tick season. All right, everyone back off. I'll fucking end this guy.
He's got a knife.
It's a piece of wood.
Outnumbered, Jasper acted fast. He grabbed Charlie and pulled him back into the house at gunpoint, forcing the others to hold back. Inside, Jasper prepared to get answers. But before he could, Emma entered the room and recognized Charlie.
Carl!
Hey, Mrs. Terwilliger.
I just wanted to check up on you.
That's very sweet of you.
He ran the vegetable shop she loved. Jasper's anger boiled over. He believed it was all a setup, planned long ago by Charlie and his crew. Emma, unaware of the danger, welcomed Charlie like an old friend and even invited him to stay for dinner. Charlie sat at the table, nerves tight, as Jasper kept his eyes locked on him, ready for anything. The three of them, Emma, Jasper, and Charlie, sat at the table in silence. Charlie was stiff, barely touching his food, clearly unsettled under Jasper's hard stare.
Isn't that sweet?
Oh, how sweet.
But we just wanted to burgle.
I figured you guys were going for full-fledged homicide.
Well, now they are, I guess.
When dinner ended, Jasper pulled him aside. Jasper wanted answers. He couldn't understand why they stayed, even after being caught and beaten. Charlie gave in and confessed. He said he was forced into the group by Stan, the leader. Charlie apologized and asked for mercy. Jasper agreed, but only if Charlie helped remove the others.
It's mostly for the bear.
What?
There he is.
Outside, Stan was already moving. Furious over Mike's death, he ordered 2 of his men to dispose of the body. Then he made a call for backup. He wanted blood. He didn't know Monroe, not Jasper, had killed Mike, but it didn't matter. Someone was going to pay. Back inside, Jasper and Charlie formed a plan. Jasper handed Charlie a fancy-looking teddy bear and told him to act like it was a priceless prize. The goal was simple: trick Stan into thinking the bear was what they came for. Maybe it would be enough to make them leave. When Jasper stepped out with Charlie, he stopped cold. Stan's crew had doubled. More bodies, more weapons. Jasper raised his gun and demanded to know what Stan was doing. Stan made it clear he was here for revenge. Jasper explained Monroe had killed Mike, not him. But Stan wasn't interested in facts. He wanted a fight.
Well, first of all, I didn't kill their cousin. Rufus the dog killed their cousin. Self-defense, you're trying to kill us.
Shortly after, Jasper made one last attempt to end things without violence. He claimed the teddy bear Charlie held was worth a fortune, enough for all of them. He urged Stan to take it and walk away. But Stan wasn't interested in one item. He wanted everything inside the house. What came next was a brutal fight. Jasper faced a wave of attackers as chaos erupted across the yard. Kim, Ted, and Pam held back, but the rest charged. One of Stan's biggest men came at Jasper with full force, but Jasper, trained and relentless, took him down. The battle wore on, and Jasper began to slow. Surrounded, exhausted, he reached deep inside. A flash of his parents' voices, words from long ago, pushed him forward. That memory lit a fire. He stood his ground and tore through the last of the intruders outside. But it wasn't over. Inside, more enemies had broken through. Jasper stormed in, his body running on instinct. He fought without hesitation, knocking down each one, forcing them out. He wasn't just defending a house. He was protecting his family. At last, the fight quieted. Most of Stan's crew was gone. Only 5 remained: Stan, Kim, Charlie, Ted, and Pam. Exhausted, Jasper figured Stan would finally give up. He returned inside, dropped to the floor next to Monroe, and let himself breathe. The worst, he thought, was over. Just as Jasper began to catch his breath, Stan stormed in through the back door and struck Monroe hard, knocking the dog out cold.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. No!
The sight sent a surge of fury through Jasper. Without thinking, he charged. He tackled Stan with full force, bringing him down fast. Once in control, Jasper dragged him outside and hurled him into the yard. In front of the others, including Charlie, he stripped Stan of any power he had left. The message was clear. Stan had lost. As Jasper turned to head back inside, Ted raised a gun. He aimed straight at Jasper, but Jasper didn't flinch. He stared Ted down, daring him to act.
Give me the gun. Now.
Ted froze. That moment of hesitation was all Jasper needed. He closed the distance, took the weapon, and shot Ted in the leg, just enough to end the threat without killing him. With the gun in hand, Jasper gave a final warning. Leave now or face what's next.
Oh, go home! For fuck's sake, I'm done!
Right then, Trent arrived and saw the wreckage. Injured men, blood, a broken yard. He stood frozen as the last of the intruders scattered, all but Charlie. Charlie stayed, choosing Jasper's side over Stan's. The fight was over. Jasper had won. Inside the house, Jasper gave clear order. Charlie and Trent were to check on Monroe. The dog was still down after Stan's brutal blow. Moments later, Monroe stirred. He was alive, just knocked out, not seriously hurt. Soon, Emma came downstairs. The sight of Jasper and Monroe wounded caught her off guard. Jasper didn't hesitate. He came up with a quick excuse, said it was just rough play. Emma believed him. She had no idea how close danger had really come. Then, Pam showed up at the door. But this time, there was no threat, no weapon, just the teddy bear, Jasper's own. She returned it without a word. The gesture was real and unexpected.
So, why does Pam have the bear?
He's nice.
The tension lifted. Jasper, Emma, Charlie, Trent, and even Pam came together under the same roof. For the first time that night, the house was quiet. No fighting, no fear, just a calm ending after the chaos. So the moral of the story is, always keep a loyal dog and a decoy teddy bear on hand, because you never know when dinner with grandma might turn into a full-blown action movie.